better. I can see, can see the screen. Oh, that is miles better. Yeah, anyway, I've no idea what those dogs did when they came running up, but I must have like knocked my phone in such a way that it just locked the screen in to something like this, because I had it set up to be in this orientation. It's my preferred one, because if I try to sort of hold it the other way, it just gets really annoying to hold. But then, like I say, I don't know what happened, but it kept on wanting me to rotate it, and I'm like, well, no, that's not the way I set it up. And for some reason, when I put it back to like this view here, there was just some sort of filter that kept on putting over it, saying that it was, that I had to rotate it, and yeah, I couldn't read the chat at all. But anyway, yes, good morning. Good morning. Hello again. Hello again, indeed. Oh, little Cessna just flying over us. Patrick H, good morning. Is this deja vu? No, but yes, do click on the like and share button again, please. It'll let everyone know that they are rebroadcasting again. So yes, please do click, reshare, etc. We are live once again. Yeah, just as you had to stop. David, good morning to you from Asia. Well, good morning to you from Yorkshire. But here we are, take two. If you are just joining us, don't worry. We just had a technical hiccup. So we are just picking off again, really from almost where we had just started. So we've barely even started talking about anything this morning. Thank you, technical difficulties. Although we did see a lot of very nice ponies this morning, which was quite disappointing, because, like I say, it was working and then it wasn't. And then, technical difficulties, the frustration. The frustration of having technical difficulties. But yes, Bakura, what's been going on in the world? Well, yeah, let's start off obviously with the big one. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is in there. She is now definitely, I think, locked in, because she's now got the Obama the Obama seal of approval, which I always thought was kind of weird, considering the fact that you had, Biden obviously did, and then the Clintons immediately came out and endorsed her as well. I thought it was kind of weird that Obama seemed to have waited like so long to do it, and that sort of made me worry. Again, in my initial video when this announcement happened, that sort of made me worry that there would be some sort of challenger against her, but that hasn't materialized. That hasn't happened at all, and the Dems do really seem to have gone and rallied round Kamala Harris. So yeah, she's in now, and oh boy, I think Trump's annoyed. I think he's annoyed because I think he was expecting to fight Joe Biden, and now he's not. Now he's fighting Kamala Harris. And that changes significantly, strategically, politically, everything about this race. It's all being completely flipped, turned on its head now. So that is massive when this has happened. Yeah, Patrick H, yeah, she's the presumptive nominee without anyone opposing her. Yeah, I was worried that there might be some sort of opposition to her, and then I was worried that, you have to have a very, very short primary to sort of take that. That would be very, very messy in some cases, but that hasn't happened. They seem to have really sort of rallied round her, which is good. Like I say, that's what I was worried about in my initial video when that happened. You know, were they going to sort of rally round her? It initially, at that moment, wasn't set in stone. But now, I think with Obama and sort of all, shall we say, the big guns now backing her, I don't think anyone's going to oppose her. I think the big question last night, which we talked briefly about on the Politics Social last night, who's going to be the VP? And I think we'll probably not know really until the convention. But from what you can see, she's got a good selection. You know, she can choose from. She's got absolutely a lot of selections you can choose from. The lack of money, the GOP might be a bit problem. Yes, I've been bringing this up for quite a while. That there are some of the GOP, state GOP branches are completely bankrupt. Like in 3 of the big swing states, they are bankrupt. And I think it's Arizona. They're having to sell their headquarters because that's how bad it's gotten. At least I think it's Arizona. I can't remember the states now, but you can look them up. And they are all bankrupt. And that is going to be a big, significant problem for the for the Republicans going forward. Even if it was still Biden, they'd still have those problems. You know, Trump already had a lot of problems going up against Biden. Now he's up against Harris. There's a lot more. There is a lot more. So yeah, I am very, very sort of confident now. Whereas I think after the shooting attempts, I felt that it was very, very. I felt that this could go either way during the election. Now I think Trump's chances are much reduced. Obviously, when anyone's ever running, it's never zero. But I really do think his chances are very, very much reduced. Very, very much reduced. Yeah, the prosecutor versus felon. Yeah, exactly. That's what some of the first ads Kamala has actually been running. Oh, sorry, Kamala, not Kamala. Kamala, like comma. Gotta keep on remembering that. I always keep on mispronouncing it. Oh. Independence again. I think you're going to see a lot of independents. Trump's going to lose that. He was always had a big problem with getting the independents this election as well, even if it was Biden. That's another good point, Patrick. Yeah, there wasn't really. Yeah. Well, this is it. There was initially the plans if they wanted to do this. This should have happened last year. This should have happened last year. There should not have been this almost wait and pure, desperation that we've been having almost for the past 3 weeks of, is Biden going to still run or not? But no, he's had now, I think, a very, very, he's made a very good decision in stepping down. And I think more to the point of it, I think Kamala now, I keep on mispronouncing her name. Kamala now has a very, very, very good chance. Very, very good chance, I think now, of really, really sort of taking this home. I really think she does. I think it's guaranteed. Not 100% guaranteed, of course, because you never know. We'll have to see when the race really starts. But one of the fun things is all like the big Republican media, all freaking out now that they have to fight Kamala Harris instead of Joe Biden. Like, they have been throwing hissy fit after hissy fit of all these things. It's insane. Patrick H in the poll since Biden went, looks like Harris is pulling ahead of Trump. Yeah, it should have happened last year, and it's the best thing. Yeah, it should have happened last year. Should have happened well last year. David, it seems like the billionaire class all orchestrated this to get rid of Biden. Again, if it was, there's no real. Maybe we'll find out in like a couple of years. What happened. Morning. Maybe we'll find out in a couple of years like what happened. Regarding this, but. I know that is going around about that, but I'd be careful buying too much into that. I'd be really careful buying too much into that. So I think that might become maybe a bit of a conspiracy theory that especially, the Republicans are going to start spouting. So I'd be careful about that because, if we start saying stuff like that, then they'll start gravitating onto that stuff as well. Be careful about repeating that stuff. At least it's more interesting than the Tory leadership race. My friends, have you not seen who's joined the race? Mel Stride has joined the race. The Grand Delusion himself has joined the race. Thinking that he is now the ordained one to go and lead the party. Just because he won by like 61 votes. Clearly he is now the ordained one. Oh, Evelyn, I really don't know who Mel Stride is. What was he now? He's a former chief whip for the Tory party. And I can't remember what other position he was now. But yeah, he wasn't, shall we say, one of the big ones, but he was the only Tory MP pretty much during the general election who was willing to go out and do the TV rounds. And I think maybe he got a bit too comfortable with his image and felt like he could do this. Methinks that the fame went to his head but doesn't realise what the fame was. Yeah, ex-DWP boss. The Department of Work and Pensions boss. So I knew he had done something else as well, but I can't remember what it was. I still love his announcement. I'm going to bring unity to the party because I'm respected, I think. Who says that they are respected and then immediately follows it up by, I think? Oh, he is going to be offering us comedy gold, my friends. Oh, happy Juba Joybalacious day. Because I think when that man speaks, I think it's going to be Oh, I think it's going to be absolutely hilarious. I think it's going to be absolutely hilarious. Oh me, oh my. Respect to the great Tory party weapon. Yeah, he, like the others, are trying to get the reform vote. This is it. This is what kind of surprised me, because we still haven't gone over it yet, just because, you know, other things have been happening. But Onward, you know, Michael Gove's big think tank released a post-mortem, and their post-mortem really was the, you know, what I've been saying for a while. You think your biggest threat is reform, but who did you lose more seats to in reality? Who was actually taking more of a vote share away from the Tories? It was the Lib Dems. Significantly, it was the Lib Dems. And Onwards come out and, you know, said that in their post-mortem, and that they need to sort of, you know, think about that. But no one's agreed with it, of course, because, you know, it's the Tory civil war. There will be no unifying thesis, because if you can't decide what went wrong at this general election, well, move forward. And the simple answer is they can't. They can't ever move forward from this. It will be an absolute disaster after disaster for them. And remember, now under the rules of the 1922 Committee, only takes 19 letters. 19 letters. Methinks there are going to be, you know, by the next time it's the next general election, I think we're going to have seen maybe 2 or 3 leadership elections. You know, this ain't going to be over. This ain't going to be over at all. You know, they are going to be just fighting for the next couple of years. And, you know, and there is a lot of comedy value in this, you know. There is a lot of comedy value, because it feels... Shane Heff, good morning to you as well. Good morning to everyone else joining us as well. Please do remember to click the like and share button as you are. As well, like I say, helps get more people in. Share it on social medias, etc. That does help out, gets more people in the chat. So thank you very much, everyone, to clicking the like and share button. Tom, good morning to you. Yeah, the Conservative but not Unionist Party. Oh me, oh my. And maybe I'm going to do a video about this, because as we watch and we laugh at all this new Tory psychodrama, you know, going to play out, there is an element of fun to all of it. There is absolutely an element of fun to all of it, because they're not the ruling party anymore. And you can definitely get that. You know, PMQs this week seemed very, very good. You really got the sense. You really got the sense of people getting on and doing their job, whereas previously you didn't. Oh, Mike, good morning to you. Like I said, good morning to everyone else joining us as well. If I've missed you saying good morning, or you haven't said good morning yet, well, good morning. Like I say, welcome to the Good Morning Walk, take 2. Sorry for the technical difficulties or any confusions. But we will laugh a lot, and there's going to be a lot of, funny moments come from this. But also, there is a bit of a serious element to it. And the real truth is, as much as we are going to laugh at the Tory party, we actually do need a serious, adult, moderate, right centrist party, because if we don't, then this could be what leads to a more, shall we say, more reform MPs, more rising of the far right in the UK. So as much as we don't think we have a dog in this game, I think there is a real sense that maybe we do a bit. But yeah, again, maybe I'm going to do a video about this and sort of really get my thoughts thinking about that, because I do sort of worry about that as the Tory party sort of falls, we've got to think, well, what might take its place? Don't laugh too much, jokes can get elected. That's very true. White Rose, I at least predict 3 more Tory leaders before the next G. Well, hey, maybe we should have a pool. Maybe we should have a pool by 2029. How many new Tory leaders have there been? Can't we just have the Lib Dems take over the right? Technically, they could, but technically they could, but they'd really have to shift as a party. They are a lot more. They're really only their right-wing instincts are, economy stuff. Very much anything else, very much else on, they are sort of quite, have some quite progressive stances on. It's really sort of the economy where they sort of occupy that right centrist ground. Charles Stanhope, good morning. Vance makes Trump look woke and very respectable. I do not think we have reached peak weird yet. Oh, I don't think we've reached peak weird yet either. Geese just taking off there. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, I don't think we've reached peak weird yet either. Oh yeah, the Tories just don't want us getting bored with politics. Oh, but yes, good morning everyone else as well, if I've missed you. Oh, Renata, good morning to you as well. No, it's absolutely gorgeous, like I say. Welcome to Yorkshire. The best part of the UK. Although I know Wayne will probably disagree. But once he's up here, I know he's only seen Doncaster, so I know he hasn't seen like the best part of the north. But no, I'm gonna have to see if we can't get those southerners up at some point. Maybe we'll do some organising. Maybe we'll get them up at some point. that'll be quite fun. Because Scott would absolutely love Dempsey's. He would love Dempsey's. Oh. But yes, yeah, like I say, the Tory party civil war, we're still waiting for Kimmy Badenoch to announce. I think she's going to announce Monday morning. Like, I really do. I think she's got her crew together, and I think they're waiting to see who's going to back who. You'll notice, by the way, a lot of Tory MPs being very, very tight-lipped about who and who they aren't supporting, which is quite unusual. Because normally when someone would announce, like, all these Tories would come out and say, I'm backing, Cleverly, I'm backing Tugendhat. That hasn't happened. Like, that has not happened. And I have to wonder whether there really is some serious horse trading going on in the background. Like, who gets, which shadow cabinet position, etc. I really have to wonder if that's what's going on, behind the scenes, arguing for who gets what power in probably what is going to be a post-Badnock world. Who will Sunak support? I wouldn't be surprised if Sunak doesn't support anyone. Because if you're Sunak, why would you? Like, if you're Rishi Sunak, why on earth would you support anyone? It's not like anyone, showed you any loyalty or, backed you up when you were having all these problems. So why back anyone? Why back anyone in that? Patrick. Yeah, Tugendhat has now fallen into the ECRH rabbit hole. The Tories are completely lost. Oh, they absolutely are. Oh, Gillian, good morning to you as well. But that just goes to show you, by the way, how far the membership has moved. It really does show you how far the membership has moved. And yet another problem we've talked about with the Tory party, how far crazy the membership has gone. Jane Lockwood, you're back. Excellent. The membership has just gone completely, absolutely, doolally, and they will elect someone only if they are just as crazy as them. And that represents a huge problem. A huge problem for the Conservatives if they are ever to get back on track. Because you've got Tom Tugendhat, who was against leaving the ECHRE. He was against leaving it. He actually came out and said, no, we should not leave it. It's a dumb idea to do this. Like, why are we doing this? And he's only having to do it because if he doesn't, then he does not stand a chance. He does not stand a chance when it comes to the membership vote. It really doesn't. But it's a problem that a Tory leader is going to have to solve. Not only just the whole internal disputes on that happening within the party over a whole other range of things. Another bizarre thing Tom Tugendhat brought up, by the way, when it went over his announcement speech, saying that, oh yeah, all these things like, the European Court of Justice, the economy, gender, etc. Oh, that's not up for debate at this leadership contest. What? Madness. Shane Heff, what's Corella filling in for James O'Brien? Just so that LBC could have a laugh. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. I've seen some of the highlights, and like I say, good on all the callers for calling in and just really taking it to a significantly on that. Oh boy. did she get an absolute pasting on that? And I don't think she's going to be in the race. Like, she's not going to be in the race because we're hearing that she is going, literally knocking on every door, phoning everyone they can. And guess what? No one's answering the door and no one's answering her calls. So I do not think we will see Suella Braverman in this Tory leadership race because she has just imploded spectacularly. And then what I think will happen is even the rest of the Tory party thinks so. Even Reform thinks so as well. That she is going to, cross the floor and join Reform. When even your own party thinks that, then you're gonna have a significant hard time on that front. It was just LBC having a laugh. They lost your ad revenue. Patrick H, the BBC will be platforming Reform for the next 4 years and then be surprised when they get more seats. Exactly. Exactly. It's this whole balance thing that the BBC, really went after and has been identified for quite some time. You have all these experts that knew what they were talking about during Brexit, and then, you have to have a guy on who's like on the Leave side, and then you have to sort of present him as he's some sort of, valued expert because you've got to have balance. And I understand why, because the BBC is a public broadcaster, and technically it has always been a bit like that, having to give both sides a fair shake, so to say. But shall we say sometimes the shaking was not shall we say was not the best for some people. That's for sure. Caroline, did Suella move too soon and now she's failing? It was the speech she gave, Caroline. It was that speech she gave at the National Conservative Conference that apparently did her in. And she's been known to be lunatic for some time. So, I think there's been a lot of people thinking that they don't want to go with her. It's good, to be honest, that she's not in the race. But so many others will get in the race who is just as bad. Just as bad. And what's so insane was, Tom Tugendhat changing his mind on the, on the European Court of Human Rights. That even shocked me, because I always at least presumed he was like the sensible Tory, the sensible one who maybe possibly might in some way bring some sense back to the party. However, it doesn't look like that's to be. It looks like he too has now had to drink the Kool-Aid. And, once you drink it, there's no going back. You just have to keep on guzzling and guzzling more. So expect Tom Tugendhat's position, I think, in this upcoming race, maybe to change quite radically on a couple of things. I'm really expecting him to change quite radically on a lot of the things, but that's because of it's purely because of how wacky and crazy the membership's got. Yeah, the problem is that the voting Tory base is now majority moderates. I wouldn't even say that the moderates. I'd say they are very, very wacky and crazy on that one. Mike, we all know the Tory membership will vote for a lunatic. Simply, they just will not learn from the trust disaster. Exactly, they just have not learned from the trust disaster. The membership was who voted in trust, and remember what happened after that when it was the Sunak one. When it was going to be Sunak versus Boris. Who were we saying at the time was going to win that? Oh no. No, I found out what's done it. It's hard shocks that do it. God damn it. It's back again. Oh, well, we're not restarting this time. We're just going to continue on. But I do apologise if I don't see your comments. It's very hard to read. Like I say, I have to turn it like this to be able to see it. Yeah, the 1922 committee are so desperate to try and sidestep the membership. Oh, they are. Make no mistake. If the 1922 committee could sidestep the membership, they absolutely would have. They absolutely would have. Because when it was or when we thought it was going to be Sunak versus Boris, and what happened? All the MPs realised that, oh no, the base is going to elect Boris Johnson again, and that is going to look absolutely disastrous. Why on earth, after all the scandals, getting rid of Boris Johnson, are we then going to, re-elect him? Why on earth are we then going to sort of, re-elect Boris Johnson? And they were mortified. And that's why you got the big push of all the MPs went and corralled around, Boris Johnson, even Suella Braverman at that time. And why Suella Braverman got the top job as Home Secretary by Rishi Sunak was because she bought the right of the party over to him in order to secure her a top job. How the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. That now one Suella Braverman could do that. And now no one's answering her calls. kind of poetic in many ways. That's great. We'll do it this way. Oh, who's that? Craig. Good morning to you. You're joining us again. Thank you for technical difficulties joining us as well. Oh, I don't know why, but I think it's like the hard shock or whatever it is when I went over that turnstile. It somehow shocked it, and it now thinks that this is the right way to broadcast. And it's not, phone. It's not. This is not the orientation I set you up to stream in. So I do apologise if this comes across very, very strange. Maybe I'm, complete the wrong aspect for you on that, but I do apologise. But yeah, and remember what the membership was like after that. The membership was absolutely livid that they didn't get a say on Sunak. And yet, the Conservative MPs were right. The Conservative MPs were right. The membership would have voted in Boris Johnson. The membership would have voted in Boris Johnson. And they knew just how big a disaster that would be. If Bozo Boris was leader in 2022, we probably would have been looking at the Tory party being very well under 100 seats. That could have very well been a possibility. That is very true. Ben Ridings, good morning. The good morning walks skywards. Yeah. Yeah. Technical difficulties today. And yeah, note to self, don't, does it? No. No. Oh, careful now. Careful now. Oh, damn it. Thought we nearly had it there. I thought we nearly had it there. Oh well, never mind. This is how we're broadcasting for the rest of the walk. Never mind. We'll live and learn. We'll live and learn today. However, I do need to get a new phone, so maybe next week we'll have a new phone. And this problem will be solved. And yeah, they know, that's the big thing. They know how insane the membership has become. And yet they will do nothing about it. They will do absolutely nothing about it, even though they know that it scares prospective members away. And then this is why you get, Tom Tugendhat has to run on a platform where he previously said, we should not leave, the European Court of Human Rights. That would be absolute disaster. There is no upside to this. He now has to run on a platform of having to leave it. Otherwise, he knows if when he gets to the membership vote, he can't win. And that's what's going to be so crazy about this contest, because I'll tell you what, during the summer, one thing to watch out for will be when all these people have to go and travel the country, meeting their local Conservative Party. You are going to hear, I think, some absolutely insane questions asked. Absolutely insane questions asked of some of these candidates. Craig. Yeah. Tory MPs, if you can't say something sensible, then just don't say anything sensible at all. Tory party members, we didn't join the Tory party to be limited by sensible. Yeah, that's very true, Craig. That's very true. Shane, yeah, it's still hard to believe that the adults are now back in government. Oh, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. Generally, it has been absolutely wonderful. Of course, West Streeting and the whole, keeping the ban on the puberty blockers. That's so dumb. I don't understand why he's continuing in that direction. That's really dumb. And then, they've done so much more other good stuff. The prisons, I think the direction and the talks that we're having with the EU, are definitely going in the right direction. Definitely going in the right direction for all this stuff. There is a ton of really, really good, policies and stuff coming down the line, like GB Energy, that's been, talked about recently. Getting those, offshore and onshore wind farms, going. It's going to be great. It's going to be, it's going to be good. There's even talks about there's this old RAF base that they want to turn into, a really big prison, which again were Tory plans, but NIMBYism stopped it from happening. So it is one of those, moments of, and I said it, opening, very clearly. You never get everything you want from a government, but tell you what, so far, I am very happy. I am very, very happy of what they've done so far, and in just such a short time as well, which I think shows you the absolute incapability of the previous lot that we had. Really, really shows up just so much of their incapability on that front. Yeah, Starmer and Reeves look very confident in power. Yeah, exactly, Lloyd. Exactly. Those who want to advocate leaving the court will also need to advocate how they would sort Northern Ireland too. Exactly. They can't. There is not. It's just so impractical, just so undoable. And yet they have to take that stance. Tom Tugendhat has to take that stance if he wants to stand any chance of getting elected. But that's just how crazy the Conservative Party has become. King Charles will now have to get used to dealing with just one Prime Minister. I know. Caroline, no more revolving door of MPs. How can the money be found to pay the teachers, etc., from Stop Striking? I don't know. We'll probably find out soon. We'll probably find out very soon on that front and what they are going to do. But we know one of the things that, that happened was the unions immediately reported the government's talking to us. Like we've gone through 6 years and having to strike, but the government's actually talking with us. They're engaging with us. That change alone has flipped everything on its head, and it's because they're adults in the room talking to these people. Who knew talking to unions would be such an idea? Oh. Mr. L, I got made a delegate from my CLP, now trying to get accommodation. Oh, so you're going to the Labour conference. I really should try and go this year. I really should. I'll see what I'm doing. When Angry Pagan, good morning to you. Yeah, probably by not wasting money on crazy schemes like Rwanda. That's very true. But we've also... Oh, thank you very much, One Angry Pagan. Partnering with the Crown Estate for GB Energy. That's very good as well, because again, the Crown owns a lot of land that they can now use, to get that stuff built. And like I say, technically, of course, that land is sort of it's Crown land, but the way it is in its own, it's also sort of done and managed by the Duchy of Lancashire, which is sort of, again, works with the king on that stuff. I think I've got it roughly right. I can't remember now. But yeah, it'll be very, very easy. I think the planning reforms that we're going to go through are going to see some good stuff. And like I say, as they always say, the devil's in the detail. We'll have to wait and see what some of these bills are. Cavalier 100, thank you very much for the super sticker. Thank you very much. How is the red wall feeling now? I don't know exactly, but I think I get the sense of relief. I really do get the sense of relief. When I talk to when I talk to a lot of people in and around sort of the different communities, I do get a sense of relief. And I think there is a sense of, we're going to wait and see and let Labour get on with the job, which is what, which is what the goddamn Magnificent Seven should have done. Jesus Christ. I called it a few weeks ago. That if they decide to do this, there will be consequences. And guess what? Consequences, they got suspended. I cannot believe they decided to go and just engage in what was pure pantomime politics. But there you go. Oh, hang on. Hi, Theon. Good morning to you. Like I said, good morning to everyone else joining us as well. Like I say, do remember to click the like button. It was just so... it was just so stupid. And I've described it before. Oh, hang on, there we go. I've described it before as, everyone is sat around playing Monopoly. And everyone's playing Monopoly. And then one player comes along and says, no, it's Mr. Green in the library with the candlestick. Everyone looks around them like, what? We're not playing Clue, we're playing Monopoly. Well, I don't care, it's Mr. And that's how they come across. Like, that is generally how they come across. And I've been saying it for the longest time. And they've lost now a lot of power. They've burned all their bridges. They've lost... if they remain in opposition, then, you lose the main thing you can do in power, which is, to create and craft policy. Can't do that now. So... Oh. Oh. Because I know we missed out some ponies this morning. No, that's not grass. Those are my shorts. Oh. Charles, oh, hang on, there we go. I love 30p Lee whining that they are not. Hang on, this is an annoying thing where I have to go for the chat like this. I love 30p whining that they are not on any select committees, only with 5 seats and 54% voted for pro-EU parties. Exactly. Hold on. Well, no. There. That's like that's the angle that I have to have it at if I want to try and read. Sorry, don't have anything for you, my friend. As senior members of a faction, they almost were guaranteed a committee chair and then a few seats, and that's now gone. They completely set fire to their own underwear. Exactly. They were guaranteed, some spots on a committee or something like that, and they've blown it. They've blown it completely. I'd been saying it for months, and I love the fact that I got made fun of that by No Justice. I love the fact that she made fun of me for that, and yet my prediction of that came true. That, you have to play the game. You have to play the politics. You have to be involved with party politics. Sometimes you can't just go and, grandstand just for the sake of it, I do like that I was proved right on that fact, although I doubt she'll ever say that I was right on that. I am not expecting her to say anything like that. Oh. In fact, I probably expect to say the exact opposite of that. Because I know what position she'll have probably taken on that. Mr. L, Brexit will have very much likely cost them all the credibility with businesses for a very good long while. Yep. Dave W, can I join the live chat now? Spent at least 20 minutes at least catching up ×2. Excellent, you can. Come on in. Come and join the live chat. Any plans to visit the Dublin or the continent? Not in the not too distant future. Although I might end up having to go to Ireland, probably to not Galway. That's where I went last time. Is it Mayo National Conference this year? I can't remember, but yeah, I'll have to go to Ireland at some point this year. But nothing else for the continent this year. Maybe next year I might be going to Denmark, which I would actually quite like to do, because I've never been to Denmark. So I think that will be quite fun. I think that will be quite fun indeed, going to Denmark. So here we are. The end of the good morning walk on that. Hang on. You have a choice. Sod's law that says you either have nice weather or a phone malfunction. Very, very true. Oh, Russia pushed out of the Black Sea. Well, doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me if they've finally managed to push them out, because they don't want to lose any more ships. Craig, yeah, it had to happen though. Labour cannot afford to have people constantly standing on principle and using we are going to sort of win anyway to try and justify it. It leaves the loyal pragmatists taking all the hits. Exactly. Mr. L, historic meeting at my CLP. We had our very first ever parliamentary business report. Excellent. Yeah, like I say, lots of CLPs were having that as well. What? You've only just caught up? Go and do another lap. I've got things to do today, unfortunately, Dave. I've got things to do. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. It has been absolutely fantastic, bar, of course, phone antics. In fact, hold on. I'm just going to, there, because I know you can still, like I say, unfortunately, like I say, when I see this, there's this thing that goes across the screen, and it's very, very difficult to see the chat and read it. So there's no way I would be able to read your super chats. That's why I'd have to go like that to read them. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today on today's Good Morning Walk. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute blast as always. Do remember to click the like and share button on your way out. Do remember to leave a comment down below. That always helps. And of course, as always, do subscribe to the channel if you are new, where we will be talking, of course, about the Tory civil war kicking off Monday at 2:30. We will now know who the full combatants to take place in the gladiatorial arena of this Tory civil war. It will be fun and fantastic to see, and oh boy, I think Mel Stride promises to be, if not the most comedic out of all of them. Long may he run just for the comedic value, and then, not get to the final two. But of course, as always, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today. Thank you very much. Do click on the like and share button on your way out. Like I say, there are links down below for super chats, the YouTube thank you button, the Pony Club, etc. All that good stuff. Thank you very much for everyone who does help and support the channel, even if you do just click the like and share button. And of course, as always, we'll see you all, hang on, next time. Ooh.